Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New York Jets. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Time. 57's mine. Watch the crowd.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight end. Tight right. We got three, fellas. We got 3.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins got home that time.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not well.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Single, slot. Hey, you want that?
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll look to set up his blockers. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Move. Hands up. They go 368.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Leonard Williams. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Nice. 57's a mic. 57's a mic.
2-by-2. Move. It's hot.
Now Dalton. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Check back, check back.
Hey. Snap. Heads up.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Going deep downfield for Ross. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Hot. BAT. Heavy.
Watch the twins. Kill.
Regular. Here we go. 93, 52, 93, 44. Heads up.
Dalton now to pass. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jordan Jenkins. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Now it's Crowder. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Now Bell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Powers through. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And they're a big team into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. On 1st down, nothing opening up. Really on the running play, give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Time to go, night. He's checking. Go, can. Hot. Hands up.
Throwing, Dalton. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's coming. We got double up. Here you go, 368. Legs up.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 6-0 our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's Bell. And an alley to run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think
and he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder. His third touchdown now on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
44.
On the taunts, Bernard. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On 2nd down, Bernard. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check it.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati 1st.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Dalton gives to Bernard. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the safety creep.
Here you go, Cam. Hey.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
To throw here, Dalton. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You. Slam. Watch twist. Shoot. Check 52.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, pick your game up. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Right there.
A toss play. Here's Perine. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mike's by 4. I'm going to come back to you. Regular. Check 3.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Darnold. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
They'll go to P-Ryan, trying to pound it in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
44. Here you go.
They toss to P-Ryan. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Samaje P-Ryan as the first half is winding down. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Here's Dalton. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a carry for Bernard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Dalton here from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati.
Whoosh.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a first down carry by Bell. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 4th down.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Piron. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a toss play to Bernard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now Bernard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Watch the screen. Regular. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Passing, it's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Whip. Hey. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
368.
36.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Jets' 38-yard line.
Hot. Lead. 93, 52, 93, 44. Heads up.
From the 38, Dalton on the screen, Bernard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Mike, 50. Go. Go.
Darnold on 1st down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Let's go, baby.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go mic forward, mic forward. Coming to you, coming to you.
Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Geno Atkins, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Hands up! You're 18! Hands up!
Check right, check right. Say.
Hands up!
Now Pirine. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Bernard. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Check 26, check 26.
Here you go. 93, 52, 99.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
First down, it's Darnold. Being chased out, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite third and long on the horizon. Bell, of course, three-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it.
Hands up. Lead. 2 by 2. Move.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 99.
Here you go. 368.
Check.
Hands hard.
I got him. He's mine.
Hands hard.
Now a carry for Pirine. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts, Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's go.
First and 10 for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Henry Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and he'll give it here to his running back. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Darnold. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
After the penalty, it's Bell. He's got room to run past the 20. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career. And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Under crunch. Kill. Check. Lucky.
Regular.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cincinnati, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.